Hello, my name is Mario from Trees of Memory. My old tent gave up, even if it was new. I was sitting in the rain, even if I was sitting in my tent. So, this was the reason why I had to buy a new tent, and I decided to buy the Husky Extreme Felen 223. After sitting for weeks in a wet tent, it was important for me to find a tent which is not only water repellent, which is water resistant. And the felen comes with a water column of the outer tent of 7,000 millimeter, and the bottom of the tent will have 11,000 millimeter. With a weight from almost 5 kilogram, 4.8 kilogram, it is really heavy, and carrying it with me in a rucksack, that wouldn't be possible. But I have got my little hiking trolley, and so a kilogram more or less is not that important for me. On Amazon I read the review of a handyman with high school diploma. He said to build up the tent was so complicated, it was not self-explained, and it was really strange, so he couldn't do it, and that's why he sent back the tent. So my movements there are caused by flies. They are really annoying. So this review made me thinking, is it really that complicated? So it's the very first time that I see this tent, that I opened this package. I just get it from the post office, and so let's start. Attached in the back there is another tiny little bag, and it's filled with a repair kit. There are several things in it. There's the clue, there is something to repair the poles if they break. We have got some textile. If you have got a hole in the outer tent, you can use them, and there's a sign on it, so that's really very good. What I really like is that it's attached to the bag, so you cannot lose it. So also attached to the bag is this little explanation how to set up the tent. Indeed, this is something they could make it better, but without going into the detail, I just will try if it's really that complicated or not, if you do it the very first time.
So, dann packen wir das mal aus.
Let's unwrap and let's see what we have got here. Here are the poles and here are the tent pegs.
Jetzt gilt es für mich erstmal
I need to find out where is the front and where is the back of the tent.
vorne, wo ist es hinten. So. Die Sachen.
Well, now I know a little bit more. Here are the zippers of the entrance, so this is the front. What we can see here is that the inner tent is attached to the outer tent with those
Und mit
ropes here. You can
solchen
open and close them,
dann schon mal
and that's important if you want to remove the inner tent from the outer tent.
kann man auch.
as the zippers are here on the left, I have to turn around the tent because I want to be them in front of this tent place. What I'm doing now is I'm checking what else is on this tent. And the first thing I see are these ropes. They are a little bit irritating, but after a while I thought they are wrong in this position. They have to go under the bottom. And so the first what I will do is to change their position, putting them under the bottom, and you don't have to adjust them. They are good the way they are. If not, then you can adjust them in the proper position once you are done with the tent. In every corner you will find the entrance to those channels. These are the channels for the poles, and if I remember correctly, then it's the A poles which have to go through them. The fabrics are made out of a net fabric, and so it's going from one corner to the other corner. So the first thing I have to do now is putting those poles together. The poles are made out of aluminium, so they have their weight. In the commercial video for this tent, the guy is throwing them very elegant into the air, and then, like done with a magic hand, they get together. Don't try that in real life. Don't do it. You will damage those poles. Put them together by hand. So find where is the beginning and then just be careful. Well, you have got two longer poles. They are completely silver, and these are the A poles. They are going from corner to corner of the tent. Then you have got two poles which are not that long, and they are marked with a red beginning, and they are the poles for the side poles. At the end you will have two longer poles and two shorter poles. You have to start with the longer poles, the silver one, the A poles, and you push them from one corner to the other corner through the channels. What's obvious is that you need space for doing it. The poles are really long, and on a camping site where the neighbor is just half a meter away, you have got your problems with that. So be careful if you push those poles through those net fabrics. If you are too violent, you might damage them. So be careful. Always hold it with one hand, push it from the back. In every corner, well, always at the end of the channels attached to the tent through a ring, you will find this silver stick, and this stick you have to insert into the poles. One pole is secured on both sides, and only if you have done that and you secure the second one, if you have done this, the tent is standing by itself, nothing else to do, and wow, it's a palace compared to my old tent. Then take one of the red poles, and you can see here in the fabric channels of pole A those openings, and there you push them through. You will do this on both sides with both poles, and always push them half of the length through. Then you go down and you are searching again for this metal piece to connect it with the poles like you see it here. With the second B pole I will do the same. I look on the bottom for the connection. I connect them, and then I go to the other side, and there I look for the connection. Now you can witness a mistake I'm doing, because I connect the pole on the upper side, and that's wrong. If your pole is looking like that, it's wrong. You did the mistake. Go on the other side, open the connection, and just change both connections. So the pole from the left goes into the right connection, the pole from the right goes into the left connection. And then you can see that it looks way better as before. If you have done this, you will find those plastic connections and use them, clip them on the poles on both sides, and with them you will fix the entire outer tent, and if you have done it, it's finished. As you can see, the tent stands by its own. You even don't have to pitch it, and that's very important if you're surprised by a bad weather and you knew you have got just minutes to build up your tent, and you can just jump into it. The inner tent is already hanging in there, hopefully in this case, and then you can use it. But of course I will do now all the steps which you have to do in a windy area. I have got here sand. This is my dog Tyrion, and the 20 delivered tent pegs. Well, they don't have got a big grip here. On every corner you have got one of those black loops. Attach it to the ground with one of the tent pegs. Put the tent pegs in a 45-degree angle into the ground. Then they have got the best grip, even here on sand. If you secured all four sides, you use those ropes and pitch the tent. If possible, use the entire length of those ropes, because the longer they are, the safer it is during strong wind. Here you can see at the end of every pole there is a black loop. You can use then for another tent pack. In the front and in the back you have got those really large air circulation openings. I really like it that it's so large. You can open and close the back one from inside of the tent, and you have also on the left and on the right side on the bottom another circulation openings, and here you can see how you can open and close those openings. Well, now everything is fixed and attached, and that's the result. And I really like what I see. And compared to my old tent, okay, this is a palace. But I am old. I can live a little bit larger, even if I'm hiking around the world. In the meantime, there was a little shooting break because the storage of my phone was full, and that's why I already slept one night in the tent, and I must admit I really like it. It was a very good night. There was no condensate water in, and it's just perfect. So you can see here the zipper is covered with a really good piece of fabric against rain. It's not a thin thing, it's really thick. Yeah, that's what I really like. The entire tent, it looks very robust. Yeah, there a strong wind can come, bad weather can come, and I would fully trust it. Let me introduce you to the apsis of this tent. It's really large, as you can see. Here my dog is sleeping, and I have got enough space to put my shoes and other stuff into too, so that I can keep them dry. And you really have got a lot of space. At the other side there's also an opening, and you can open the zipper from the bottom or the top. By the way, today in the morning when I woke up, I couldn't see any condensate water inside of the tent. This was really good, and I'm very happy about it, because usually the dog is breathing a lot and fast, and I'm breathing a lot and loud, and the both of us together produce a lot of condensate water. So usually the tent is really soaking wet in the morning, and even if it's outside, completely dry. So therefore I'm really happy about that. And here we have got a zipper to the opening of the inner tent. Yeah, actually these are two fabric layers. The one layer is a normal fabric, you can't look through. It's attached with a zipper to a mosquito net, and so you can decide either you close both of them or just one or just a mosquito net. I prefer to use only the mosquito net because this prevents also condensate water, and the air exchange is much better, and I really love to have a lot of air during night. Let me introduce you to the inner tent, which was pre-installed, and you can clip it into the outer tent very easily. So as you can see, there is really a lot of space. Yeah, I'm 1.71 m, and to the top of the tent there are definitely 30 centimeters left. Yeah, the height is 1.30 m altogether. You have got a lot of pockets around, yeah, where you can store your things. Yeah. You see, I have got a big bag. There is enough space for 2 people. For 3 people, that would be too narrow for my taste. But it's also a little bit short. If you are 1 meter 90, the problems begins. Yeah, because then you push the back and the front of the inner tent with your body, and then it's not very comfortable. I'm really surprised that it's that short. Yeah, but for me it's just perfect, and so it's good the way it is. On top you have got this hanging pocket, um, and yeah, what else I should say? It looks very strong, very solid. It's not a thin material. I don't have got a feeling it will break the next time. Here you can see how it is fixed to the outer tent, and I'm really looking forward to the first night in rain and in storm, and well, the forecast tells that this will happen this night. Another advantage of this construction is that you can use only the outer tent. You don't need the inner tent. Uh, this saves probably some weight, but of course it's more comfortable, and you will be dry from the bottom. If it's raining, if inside or outside everything is wet, you can pack first the inner tent, make sure that everything stays dry. You can pull on your clothes and everything, and then at the very end you pack in the outer tent. This is really good, and of course you can do it vice versa, and that's just perfect. Let us change position. I want to show you something in the apsis. This here. This is the cover of another air exchange possibility. I really like it, and I used it this morning, but I think it's also, yeah, the point of weakness, because you cannot cover it from the outside, and I'm a little bit afraid of the rain, that that if you close it, it will become a rain pocket, and if you open it, then you have got 5 liter of water in the inner tent. So, but maybe not. I really don't know it. I just hope it. But I really loved it because when it's open in the morning, I can see immediately what's going on outside. I can see the weather, and even at home. Yeah, I really love it to sleep without curtains in, and I hate dark rooms. I want to wake up and want to see the world. That's what I can do here. I'm back inside of the tent, and I want to show you something at the back of the tent. You have got here the zipper in the inside tent. You can open it, and then there is another zipper to the outer tent, and then you can open and close the air exchange opening. What's my first impression of the tent? I'm really super excited. I really like it. The first night was great. I loved the handling. I'm really sure you can build it up in less than 5 minutes. And the fabrics, the material, everything looks strong and solid, and it's just perfect for really bad weather. The only disadvantage is that it's the weight of 4.8 kilogram. In a rucksack, that would be too much for me, but if you are hiking with friends, then you can share parts of it, then it's not that bad. And I have got my hiking trolley over there, so for me it's just perfect. At this point, I want to say something very important. Nobody paid me for doing this video. This tent was not a present. I paid it by my own. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because I really love how the Husky outdoor shop of Leipzig is treating his customers. I'm hiking since 5 years around the world. And I had got many dramas, and I needed new tents, new this and that. Yeah. And whenever I call an outdoor stop and I tell them my situation and I tell them I need it urgently, they give a fuck. They don't care. I ask them, please, can you send it per express? I will pay it. They say no, they cannot do it. Yeah. And those guys from Leipzig, this was the very first time that I called them. I explained my situation, and in a second they said, of course we can send it via express. We will find out how much it costs. If you pay it, it's not a problem. Yeah. So 1 hour later I got the entire calculation. I paid them via PayPal, and they sent it at the same day from Germany to Italy, and I received it in less than 24 hours. This is really amazing, and this video is my thank you for it. Yeah, this is the way you should treat people, and especially if there is an emergency case and they need help. Thank you so much, guys. As you can hear, it's raining, and the promised 24 millimeter water arrived. The day after the big rain. Yesterday I showed you in the abscess here the opening of the air circulation, and I was afraid that their water will be as a big amount of water, and that will become a water pocket. But as you can see, nothing happened. Yeah. This was a really spectacular rain night with a lot of wind and a lot of rain, really a big amount of it. I checked it permanently, went in every corner, and you know, I'm really in fear, yeah, of every drop. And it's so solid, I even couldn't feel how windy it was. So I really can recommend this tent, and if you plan to buy it, do it. It seems a really good tent. If you want to know how it will go on with this tent, you can follow me on this channel. As I told you, I am hiking around the world. I do every day a video as a video diary. If you want to purchase the tent, you can do it direct at the Husky store in Leipzig, or you go on Amazon, there you will find it too, or I'm sure many other websites too.